YTPC, what's up? It's your buddy Tillerman 7OH coming at you again on this beautiful day outside in the Tillerman studio. Buddy Frog Morton right here. Also the missile silo is ready to go. Just enjoying a little bit of the sunny afternoon. Got my hat on so everybody can make comments and whatnot, but hey, it's sunny. I'm bald. So there, I got a hat. Anyway, it's been a while. Thought I would say hello through a cooking video out there. Seem to actually have some decent reviews and actually views for that matter. So I appreciate that. You guys know the kid likes to cook here, so decided to throw that out there. But today I'm coming at you again with a little something different. You guys know that I like to bounce around between the pipe and also cigars. So today I'm going to do the Toscano Classico. And for all you that know, there's a few of us that bounce back and forth on the YTPC, you know, the Garbage Man Piper, our friend Mel, Luke Resner, myself, and there's a handful of us. But anyway, so if you're interested in it, take a look-see. Sergeant Savinelli, he's also another guy, which actually he's how I got turned on to these. I had never heard of the Toscano Classico or the other one. I think it's it's the darker of the two, and I can't quite remember which that one's called. It's probably something classy like, or complicated like Toscano dark or aged, something like that. But anyway, he turned me on to these. I was watching a video, I was thumbing through some old videos, and I said, man, I haven't talked to Sarge in a while, so I emailed him and was talking back and forth, and then doing that, I opened up some of his videos and saw one where he and our friend John Matches were hanging out on one of their weekend type get-togethers, and were smoking a Toscano. I think they may have done a Classico and the aged. I'll just call it the aged. But anyway, he told a story about that. This was made famous. This cigar was made famous in the Clint Eastwood movies that they did, the famous small kind of short nubby cigars that he had, and apparently they were overseas and looking for, I guess, places to shoot for some of the movies, and they stumbled upon these, and they said, well, of course, any gunslinger back in the day would probably have smoked cigars and stuff as well. And then the other day I was on one of my streaming apparati and saw The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, which I had not seen in a while, and it made me, I'm like, you know what, I bought these things, I'm going to go ahead and do a review on it. So, without further delay, I'm going to open these things up. Now, if you read the back, it says strength is 2 of 5. The taste, it says savory with hints of sweetness, and the aroma is wood-like with hints of maple. I don't know. So we'll see. It is a small ring gauge. I think, if memory serves me right, it is a 38 or a 36. Very small. I mean, it's smaller than my pinky. But anyway, and I think if I also remember the story, look up the Sergeant Savinelli Toscano review. Actually, the initial smell actually reminds me of some almost a Latakia, kind of a smoky. That's interesting. But these are fermented when they make them for like 6 months, and I would say it has a tight draw. Actually already has an open foot and a butt on it as well, so I don't think I'm going to be able to toast this as traditionally as we would, especially it's bright out here, but I'm going to try to give it a shot and not roast this thing and give it a shot here. So I would agree with the woodsy note. Gonna get into this a little bit. Very smoky, woodsy start. I would say definitely, excuse me, on the milder side as well so far. Yeah, I'm going to get into this and I'll get back with you here in the first third. I'm back. Definitely going to say I'm the first third into this. So far, the flavors have been pretty consistent. It is a very, oh, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a very toothy and veiny wrapper, which is part of their, you know, old school rustic charm. The flavor profile has been consistent. I am getting, there is a fleeting hit of sweetness that's in there, but like I say, it's fleeting, and then it's kind of, you kind of like, oh, is that the, no, and then it's kind of good. So it just kind of ebbs and flows back. There is a slight spicy / peppery finish. I'm not a huge pepper spicy guy, but it is not enough to where I'd be like, ugh, this is unsmokable or anything like that. So I have to say, it's the first, it's a little all of a sudden uneven, but that is a vein. I don't know if you can see that, and it goes right, you know, right into there. So that part's being a little stubborn. But other than that, actually burnt very even. And I think that'll correct itself as it heats up a little bit more, and that'll come in line with the other side of it. But like I said, there is a little peppery note, very smoky. I wouldn't call it a lat bomb or anything, but it does remind me a little bit of Latakia. Yeah, not bad at all. I'm gonna get into this a little bit further. It'll be interesting to see, you know, it's tapered at both ends as I was showing in the beginning. It'll be interesting to see is when I get into the middle here, if the flavor profile changes at all, if it gets, you know, richer or anything different. But we'll get into it and I'll get back with you. I'm not much further into it, but just as I suspected, that that little vein went ahead and kind of corrected itself. So again, no point deduction for that. It's been burning pretty much razor sharp except for that one little spot. But anyway, there we go. All right. That vein still kind of pops up in there. But again, I think it'll correct itself. Trying to make sure it just kind of stays down so it gets the heat and whatnot. But definitely into that second third now. And I would say it's mellowed out even a little bit more. Still smoky, very enjoyable. The spice or pepper is still there, but I think it's opened up more. It's not quite as prominent as it was. It's making it a little bit more enjoyable for me, especially since, like I said, I'm not really that much into the peppery and spice on my sticks. But yeah, it's starting to already kind of burn into that there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there, it's starting to kind of get into that. I think that'll fix itself before long. I do have to say, this is my, I don't know if you'd even classify this as a Lancero size or not, but it's the first small ring gauge that I've smoked. And I have to say, I enjoy it. I know that's kind of the traditional cigar size, the smaller ring gauges, and the kind of the newer age thing are the large ring gauge. But I have to say I enjoy it. Maybe it's part of the nostalgic thing, but when I spin this thing around, I feel like I should be going up to a fuse or I guess it would be a fuse to light it up to blow up a bridge for the rest of the guys or something like that. But anyway, that's just me daydreaming here a little bit. But I'm going to continue into this, and I'll get back with you. Okay, I'm going to give this the classification of fun. Down into about the final third of it. Hedge has been pretty consistent. I thought it was going to get bitter. It plays right around that edge, but it doesn't. But it's just it's just kind of a fun cigar stick to do. If you're looking for a super complex and, you know, spicy and all that, this probably is not going to be the stick for you. But if you're looking for a decent smoke, with a little bit of nostalgia, I say give it a shot. I was strangely sort of surprised by it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy the small ring gauge, which I did. Kind of like the history associated with it. It's kind of a fun story. If I can remember, I'll put the link to Sarge's video on it. Again, I'm not trying to steal his thunder, but he does a much better job at going into everything about it, and it's the Sarge, and you get to see John again, so give that a shot. But overall, give it a shot. Until next time, this is Tillerman 70H saying, see ya!